Fire in the hole, let's cook some steak. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today in my backyard. We're gonna marinate some skirt steak. This is what the Cubans call Churrasco. I got some beautiful skirt steaks. I got some beautiful marbling on them. And we're actually gonna cut them into pieces about that size right there and get them in the bowl. I'm gonna make this Cuban Mojo Marinade. Now, I can buy Mojo Marinade at the grocery store, but I prefer to make my own when I can. So what I'm going to do today is I've got these Cuban sour oranges, and they're hard to find. It's actually easier to find regular oranges if you can't find these. But this is what it's all about. This is the Naranja Agria, which is what they call the sour oranges. And they grow on a tree, and they actually are sour oranges. And we're going to juice these up. I got about 5 of them. They sell them at Sedano's 5 for $1. So I'm going to make the juice from that in my bowl right here. Seeds and all. It's cool. Doesn't matter because this is just a marinade. So I hope you can see that. Here we go with the rest of these. And skins and all too. Okay? Alright, let me get the rest of these juiced up and I'll bring you right back. Okay, I got my sour oranges in the bowl, juice and all. And we're going to throw our meat in. Get our meat in there. And put in some more ingredients. I got to put some more meat. Cut some more meat up. Oh boy. I'm a little disorganized today, folks. Bear with me. Okay, get the rest of this meat in there. This is Churrasco, what you call a skirt steak. It's what the Cubans call Churrasco, and I'm cutting it up into pieces to make it easier to handle. Get it in the bowl, rinds and all. Get that garbage thrown away. Okay, now we've got some limes, about 3 limes, the juice of 3 limes. We're going to juice them up in there. Juice of 3 limes. 1. Ugh. 2. Well, that's 1. Here's 2. I could skip ahead on this, but got my hands full right now. Juicing up them limes, boy. Yes, sir. It's a very citrusy marinade, the Mojo Marinade. Gonna get this marinated up. Alright, got my lime squeezed out. Okay, let me wipe my hands and get on with the rest of this. Okay, next thing is some cumin. There wouldn't be Cuban marinade without cumin. So we want to put about a teaspoon of cumin in there. A teaspoon of cumin, maybe a little more than that. Maybe 2 teaspoons of cumin in there. And then we got some smoked paprika, a little bit of smoked paprika, about a teaspoon of smoked paprika in there. That's good stuff. A little bit of oregano for our marinade. Some oregano, about a tablespoon of oregano. We got some slap your mama, that is salt, pepper, garlic, and cayenne pepper. We want about a tablespoon of that in there. Maybe a little bit more. That's good stuff. I'm going to get that all worked around, get it down in my juice, and get my marinade working. Get my mojo working. I got my mojo working. Yeah, that's a marinade, right, boy? Let me tell you what. That's a good marinade. You want to get the onion, the skins up on top of the meat and get the meat down in the juice, like so. You get that meat down inside, get the fruit up on top, get the meat down in the juice. There you go. Now it's coming together. That's starting to look like something. Now we've got some onion. We got a small diced onion we're going to put in there. Whoops, there goes a jar and all. Small diced onion. And some garlic, a whole bunch of like 6 cloves of garlic diced up. Gonna get that in there, get that all mixed around, and that ideally you want to marinate that overnight. But if you can't, if you don't have time for overnight, at least 4 hours is enough to marinate that meat up in that beautiful citrusy Mojo Marinade. So let me get my, I'll put that in the fridge. I'm going to probably go for about 4 hours because I'm in a kind of a hurry today. And I'm going to come back and make that red chimichurri sauce, so stay tuned. Okay, I got my Ninja food chopper out here and I got everything I need, I think, for this red chimichurri. So the first thing we're going to go in there with some parsley. I'm going to cut the tops off the parsley. Get a good bunch of parsley in there. That's the most main ingredient of the chimichurri sauce is the parsley. That's one of the main ingredients. And then the other one is cilantro. I love cilantro. I can't get enough of it. So let's get some cilantro in there and get that chopped up in that mini food chopper, a bunch of cilantro. Let me get that worked down a bit so that it will make room for the other ingredients. And while I'm doing this, I want to tell you I got this recipe from my buddy Markus at 0815 Barbecue. I'll put a link to his recipe. I'm adding a couple of things that Markus didn't have. The next thing you've got to put in is a bunch of garlic. Got about 10 cloves of garlic. Garlic is an integral part of any chimichurri sauce. And we got a little bit of crushed red pepper. Just a teaspoonful of that just to give it some heat. And we got some Slap Your Mama, which is salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and garlic. You want about a tablespoon of that. Okay, now here's the red ingredient of this. What's going to make this red is bell pepper, red bell pepper. Going to get that in there. And I'm adding another component. This is sun-dried tomatoes. And I'm going to put a good 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes in there. That's going to give it some really good flavor. Put a little bit more of that because I like it. Sun-dried tomatoes in there. We need a little bit of red wine vinegar. Just about that much. And we need a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Now it's best if you can pour this in while you're chopping, but I can't do that. I have to put everything in ahead of time. So you want a glug of extra virgin olive oil in there. Then we're going to put the top on that. Chop it up real good. Oh yeah. Boy, if you can smell that. You see it's got a kind of a red color. I think I got it going on. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. See, normally the chimichurri is kind of a green, but this one's got a kind of a red color to it. I hope you can see that. And it's beautiful. It smells excellent with all that garlic in there. And we're going to put that in the refrigerator, and we're going to put that on our steaks after we cook them. And it's going to take no time at all to cook those steaks because they're going to put them on direct heat and sear them up right away. So stay tuned. I got a good hot fire going. I got my meat. I just transferred it to a Tupperware container to make it easier to handle. We're going to get rid of those oranges right now. Expose that meat so we can get to it. Been marinating for about 4 hours in that Mojo Marinade. That stuff is rocking. That's some rockin' marinade right there. Get these oranges out of here and get some meat on a direct fire. Straight to the direct fire with the meat. Here's a piece of meat right there. We're going to lay them right on the fire. Get some more of this oranges out of the way and limes and so forth. Get another piece of meat right on the hot fire. Right on the hot fire. Here's another piece right on the hot fire. Right there. Get some more of that going. Another piece. Another piece of that marinated steak, that churrasco. Okay. There's another piece for you. And here's some little stragglers that kind of lost their way. We're just going to cook them a little bit on one side. Flip them over. Cook them a little bit on the other side. We'll be done. So stay tuned. We'll slice this up, put some of that Rojo Chimi Churi on there, and have a beer. Let me just get these seared up a little bit. Flip them over. Looking good. Looking good, smelling excellent. Yeah, let me get those cooked up. I'll bring you right back, so stay tuned. My churrasco is done. We're going to plate that up in a minute, but let's do first things first. Here's the rapidly defrosting Frosty Root Boy mug, and here's today's beer. Green Flash Passion Fruit Kicker. Wheat ale with passion fruit. I know I'm going to catch hell from the green bastard and from Lyle from No Hippie. He's going to say I'm drinking hippie beer. The green bastard's going to say I'm drinking fruit beer. You know what? Screw you all. I like it, okay? Look at that. It's a beautiful yellow wheat beer. Hardly any head roll. Not much head on that one, baby. It's a beautiful color. We're going to take a sniff of that right now. Green Flash is an amazing brewing company. One of my favorites. Passion Fruit Kicker. Let's take a sniff of that. You can smell the passion fruit. It's amazing. Excellent. I can't wait to taste it. Let's quaff. There's no froth roll. Let's just quaff it. It's delicious. You can taste the passion fruit. It's got some carbonation, but not so you know it. There's no head on that. And the fruit is not overwhelming. It's not up front on your face. It's just in the background. Passion fruit. Passion Fruit Kicker from Green Flash. That's today's beer. Let's get some of that meat on a plate and get a taste of that. So when you got some churrasco, what you want to do is get a piece of it like that. You know, the grain is running this way, so you want to cut it. You want to cut it against the grain like this to make it more tender. So you're going to slice it against the grain. I know I'm cutting in my plate again, which I shouldn't be, but I am. Going to slice it that way. Probably better if I wanted to keep it nice, but I guess not. Okay, let's cut it up. Beautiful steak. Get another slice of it. Slice off some more. Some more. Trying to make it pretty, folks. Trying to make it look pretty for the camera. It's not working out, but it's going to be okay. Get another slice and another slice. There goes my beer. Almost went off the edge of the table. All because I won't cut on the cutting board. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyway, my beautiful steak is nice and juicy and tender. See it? Cut another piece. One more piece, and that'll be it. Get that arranged somehow in this plate to make it look like something. And then we're going to put some of that red chimichurri on there. That red chimichurri sauce right down the middle. How's that look? Not too bad, huh? Let's take a taste of that. It's pretty festive too, even though I know tomorrow's Christmas. So we've got the red and green from the sauce. Let's take a taste of that. Don't that look good? That's delicious. That's the best right there. Wish I could make it, you know, food porn pretty, but I really can't. But as far as taste, it's amazing. It's delicious. That chimichurri sauce is amazing. It's wonderful. You gotta try this recipe. Anyway, That's my video. Be sure to stay tuned to find out who won from last week. Who won the Sangs products. And like I always say, if you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, I gotta send you over to see somebody, but I can't think of who it would be right now. But when the video gets live, you'll see somebody's name over here. I don't know who. Somebody cool. Come back next week. It'll be after Christmas, because tomorrow's Christmas. And don't forget to watch till the end to watch who won from last week. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer, and I think we are going to cook something good, because we've got to cook something for Christmas. Excuse me. This skirt steak with red chimichurri is amazing. Delicious. Thanks for watching. See you next week.